morning, good afternoon, and good night. You're watching Just a Mom That Sims. I'm KT. If you wouldn't mind, please go ahead, like, follow, subscribe, and do all the things. I'm here today with a surprise build of the Dream family. And so the star of this family will be Marcella, who I am showing the speed CAS for. And she is going to be the sim that I play the new Home Chef Hustle stuff pack with. And so I don't buy all the packs, but when I saw this one, I was excited about it. In real life, I get excited about getting kitchen appliances. And so, anyway, I don't like to just jump into a pack. So I felt like let me have a sim with the backstory. And I kind of already had one in mind that I was going to do something different with. But this led me to the perfect scenario when I saw the trailer for this pack. And so as I build Marcella, I'm going to tell you about her. And I will show her husband and her son at the end as well. But Marcella is 48 years old, so she is in the adult sim phase of the life phases. She is married to a husband, James Dream, and her son is Leo Dream. And her husband, James, is 52, and her son is actually a young adult. He is 24 years old. And so she is in that empty nester phase with her husband, and that could be a great thing. Unfortunately, her and her husband noticed flaws right off the bat before they got married. And they were one of those couples that thought, well, getting married will fix the problems, or at least Marcella thought that. But if you know life, that's never the case. You have to address issues up front. And then you have to address issues as they come. But Marcella did not do that. So now here she is, an empty nester, and it's just her and James, and the rigid lifestyle that he has set for them is just starting to really eat away at her spirit. It already had. And one thing I'm doing as I go through CAS, I love this modded hairstyle. However, this is the hairstyle that her husband James likes. He likes the straight hair. You know, she did cut it into a bob, and he was pretty upset about that. He liked the long, flowy locks. And there's nothing wrong with that, except that's not how she likes her hair. If you notice, her everyday outfit is this white suit because he likes her to always look put together. She even puts the bronzer and concealer on, which, again, there's nothing wrong with that, except Marcella doesn't particularly like wearing a lot of makeup, but she started to feel self-conscious. If you notice, she's getting a few wrinkles around her eyes. And my grandmother used to say, if you're not living, you're dying, so you have to choose which one you're doing. But unfortunately, James has just pointed those things out. I don't know if he's seen himself aging. However, if you go to her formal outfit, we're back in a dress and we're looking for some pumps that fit, something that is not too much, just a little bit stagnant, a little bit straight laced, nothing out of the ordinary. And if you've noticed by now, all of her outfits are white. James likes you in white or black or a mix of the two. So everything about Marcella is what James likes. And we're even going to get it down to her traits. We're looking for an updo because James likes very put together hairstyles, not having many hairs out of place, which is just not realistic a lot of the times. And so same thing with the athletic outfit. We're just going to go with the white jumpsuit. Now, an important thing is when we get the Home Chef Hustle stuff pack, then we will go ahead and all of Marcella's styles, from her clothing to her hair, will be from that pack. But we've got to get her there. And to do that, what I want to do is as I build her today, I also want to show you how she currently lives because it's going to be really important to the gameplay to understand that this is where Marcella was coming from and this is where she's going. And so at 48 years old, she had her son when she was 24. She married her husband before that time. And that's a lifetime to be with someone, especially when you started right from the beginning of the marriage, losing yourself. And there are people that can be married much longer than that and have their own identities, and that's just called a healthy relationship. But that is unfortunately not what Marcella has had. I'm also going to show you where their son Leo lives as we get to the end of the video, because I also think that it's going to be very important to see how he chose to live after coming from what he calls his father's house. He and his mother are super close, but he and his father are not. That same rigid lifestyle that has suffocated Marcella had also strained Leo because it just was not a natural environment for a kid to grow up with. Definitely not an infant, a toddler, child, or a teen. But as an adult, he actually stuck around a little longer just because he felt as though he would be deserting his mother. He wondered what she would do, but one thing that Marcella is good at is parenting her son, and she rightly told him, I am not yours to worry about, you are mine to worry about, and you need to go live your life, be free. And that is what he did, but he did not go far. They live in San Myshuno. Her son Leo lives there as well. However, he did find his own little hole in the wall apartment, but he loves it. So as we get on down to her cold weather outfit, you can see everything is just straight laced, right? And she's well put together, beautiful, but straight laced. This is her husband, James Dream, and the irony is his name. The only thing James really dreams about is materialistic things. He is on a fortune track. As you go through, you'll see most of his outfits are black or like the gray pajamas, or looking at the swimwear he probably wouldn't even have if he didn't have to. They didn't go on trips. He works as a salary person and he works all the time and works late. This is their son Leo Dream, and I just want you to pay attention. The first thing you'll notice is his locks, and that was something he likes them on himself, but they were also rebellious. His outfits are artistic and vibrant, and he is really going forward to just fully live out loud and happy. And so this is the Dream family. I do want to go through and talk about their traits a little bit. So, the son Leo is warm hearted. He is an artist. He paints. That is the type of art form that he indulges in. He also likes to cook. One thing that him and his mother were able to do to be happy, and one of the only happy times around their his father is when they would cook together. They would spend hours in the kitchen cooking, and that is how they got to laugh and love. He is cheerful as well, and he is a minimalist. He does not need a lot of clutter to be happy, and that spirit really resonates with his mother. This is James' Dream. He is serious but active. He is also sexist, and he has these negative traits that just rule him. And if you look at Marcella, she's creative and neat and good, but her other characteristics are empty. And the reason being, she doesn't know who she is fully. Their son Leo, I said I wanted to show you where he lives so you can really understand when I go show you how Marcella and James live. So right now you see him completing a mural out in the city. It is what he does, and it is another happy place for him. So let's go to his apartment and let's look around. This is his little tiny apartment. I left this almost as is, but he's got this little kitchen in the back, a bookshelf when you come in. He does have a computer desk, and he's got some flea market chairs and a sofa. He does have a TV sitting on top of some of his suitcases, and he does have a bubble machine and his bedroom, which we definitely upgraded his bed. And he has a easel over in the corner because that is true happiness for him. He talks to his mother a lot, but this is how Leo lives because it makes him happy most of all, but it is also the complete and utter opposite of his father's house. And as a 24-year-old, he does not work a traditional job. He has been thinking that maybe he should get a part time job, but he does not want to be on the painting career track. But as you can see, he's got 19,000 simoleons. His mother and father did give him some funds to start off, but he expended most of those simoleons on this little apartment. However, he has been painting and listing those paintings on Plopsy to make the money that he's made. But he knows that life is pulling him in a direction he doesn't know which way. And we are back with Marcella and her husband James, and I wanted to show you where they live and why their son Leo hurried up and got away from here. They stay in a very nice apartment. However, as you can see, everything is stark white. This for me would be the definition of a house is not a home. And so you've got a bookshelf over here, and you've got this nice sofa that doesn't look like the most comfortable in the world, not even the most high end kitchen, but you have a stark white kitchen. The reason why it is not topped out with the most high end things is because one of the few passions that Marcella has is cooking, and therefore James just would not agree to getting the best things in the kitchen. Let's go upstairs so you can see what's going on up here. This is Leo's old room, thus the stereo. But as you can see, he was not even allowed to decorate it the way he would have liked to. Um, and this is the master bedroom. Everything's just really cold and stark. And so Marcella has just really reached a breaking point, and also James has too. As you can see, their romance is
Uh-huh.
pretty high,
Yips.
but their friendship is not. Marcella and James are sitting down. It feels like she has changed. This relationship is
Who's
at a
on it? On a
crossroads.
short.
You can see their
Flurry
friendship and
Creel.
romance
Ah,
levels.
Elba Lima Glenk.
The
Fill me out.
friendship is
Blue
not
sharp
great.
flats.
He's
Yeep.
telling her that he
Quimba.
thinks she's changed,
Ah,
and she's just gonna
Milshaba.
let him
Kumarunk.
know that she hasn't
Yips.
really changed.
Chefina's Nabim
However,
Rabaza. Lamita
she
Noonkim.
was not
Shapip
allowed to
Marty.
be who she felt like she should,
Vraj
who she
Beshoshi.
is. And so she's going to tell him
Parfase
like she feels
Schwoes.
like they
Teams
may need a
Parfase
little
Horo.
space. She
Gah.
would like for them
Yabin.
to stay in
Balacher.
the same
Frencher.
house, but she would like to
Oh,
see if they could add some
Tukiev.
communication and maybe
Bingo.
he can come to respect her. But part of it is that
Kim
James is
Angles
sexist,
Slapship.
and though he does care
Hackween.
for
Limya.
Marcella, he does
Marshall
feel like they
Lurch.
have specific
Zana.
roles. As far as giving them space, he doesn't like that.
Raksha
Like she
Parvaleo.
wants support from
Conjunjoy.
him. And
Donavepi.
yeah, he's saying
Zamona
like,
Sarah.
hey, you always talk about
Shomba
food and
Falaru.
you work,
Subao.
but your job
Zafaya.
doesn't
Harpanay.
really
Arno.
mean much
Bah.
because she works
Shangana
as a
Swebla.
secret
Oh,
she's in the
Jasana
secret agent
Branch.
track. She's an agent
Harsha
handler,
Yibs.
which is a
Yibs
few
Tambra.
steps up the career track, but she
Yidumsa
doesn't really like her
Ligenzo.
job.
Bene.
And maybe he reads
Ah,
some of
Benkapa.
that, but
Muskati
she
Chenja.
stumbled across this job
Beeps.
by chance and she
Mulibo
got it
Wristlick.
without asking him. And he has
Elbashers.
not been happy
Barbu.
about that. And
Wisp.
she's just telling him, like,
Chori.
I want to travel and look for treasure and I want to be on, not on stage, but I want to go see
Drobus Varric.
plays. I have an artistic
Ah,
side.
Chul, Chul.
And
Frush.
he just does
Tidu.
not
Malachup
respect
Suza.
that at all, and you can see their
Arpanaya
family
Bonum
dynamic is
Grabe.
awkward.
Kisnoy.
And she is feeling
Mizuki.
hurt and criticized
Shurdalu.
because he
Meh.
says she's
Choked
changed.
on a
But at the same
changle.
time,
Puna,
she
puna, puna,
is
puna, puna.
feeling this new person coming out of her.
Sushi.
There are
Fundar.
things that she
Sminchida.
could have done better. She
Kalu
should have
Pazoi
stood her
Bove.
ground about more
Oro.
things. And she's even
Yadavelk.
going to just
Kisnoy.
talk about the parenting
Nasine Pafarble.
because she feels like
Foibi
their
Preheat
son would come
Belpa.
around more.
Rift the Bull.
If you look at the
Ah!
relationship panel,
Antrid.
she's very close to
Baru
Leo,
Shinizi
but Leo
Bafang.
and James are
Killing.
not that close.
Thermocringus.
See? And even here, if you look, you will see that they have a difficult dynamic and bad
Goja.
compatibility. But
Bonjing the
everything has
Frog.
been so rigid.
You
He's
know
like,
what?
look, I pay the bills, I do this. And she's like, hey, I don't
Simsei.
want to hear
Chorb.
that. I've contributed. I
Chinovitskimo.
clean, I cook.
Yabachongi.
And he's like, cooking doesn't matter. I can get food anywhere.
Ridge.
Like, there are
Arbum Vidia
things
Quar.
that
Jabba. Simbab Kriko. Kwana.
we need to do
Shimabu.
better.
Fubu.
And you could help with chores. You can help even since she's gotten this job, she feels like he just doesn't
Tenebip.
help with anything around the house. And he
Kambippa.
tells her
Yapana.
where it was your
Waxwin.
choice
Long
to get a job.
Ephedroy. Harsha.
This was
Wibisu.
your choice. She just feels
Frankie
really
Hispa.
tired
Anj
and she's
Banfa.
expressing
Tosha.
that to him.
Upsaba.
He is
Raga.
sexist. He doesn't take
Saquinario
criticism well.
Tananiwa.
At
Revase
this
Drobel.
point,
Fobizi.
he is going to demand a
No
temporary
Sagalops.
separation.
Lisa. Starby.
And she's really
Oh.
hurt. And he's actually going to go on to work even though he took off. And this is typical James. So Marcella and James are now separated, and it could be temporary or it could not be. So she is going to eat. She has been working hard. We're going to fast forward. It's been a few hours at work. James gets back shortly. Eat and be gone when he gets back. We are going to load it up into her inventory, and we are going to grab her easel, one of the few things she's been allowed to have. Her garden she's been allowed to have. She's level 10 baking, cooking, gourmet cooking because she was a housewife for so long before she was able to enter into the career field. James is gonna stay at the hotel that Pop Up was saying. Should he get a capsule hotel or should he get a rideshare home because he stayed late at work? He's gonna opt for the hotel. But in the meantime, quit her job because she doesn't care about
Okay.
that job. She
Soba.
knows that something is missing in her life and she is gonna make a change. She's gonna split from the household. And as you can see, James did stay at that hotel because he should have been back by now. She doesn't even want half. Let's make it 60,000 simoleons. And she is going to move to a new place. We are back with Marcella, who is feeling a little bit self conscious and insecure, but also feeling hopeful down here because she wants to start over, and she has. So she is here on her new empty lot in San Sequoia, and we will be building her a home here. It's a city that's not big like the other city, but still a nice little more quaint city. Most importantly, she has heard that there's a company here building a new type of food stand, and she has decided to put her talents to use doing everything she's dreamed of. She's even found a lot close to the movie theater where she could have her food stand unless she finds a better place before that time. So stay tuned as next time we build Marcella's dream home and her new start. Until next time, keep simming, be happy, and always have a blessed day. Bye bye.